Hello, my name is Dr. Julian Camastra. Today I'm going to talk to you about full arch tooth replacement options. So what is an arch? In dentistry, we call an arch a full set of upper or lower teeth. So in this image here, you can see the upper teeth. They're in the shape of an arch, so we call it full arch. And this lower set of teeth here, it's also in the shape of an arch, so it's the lower arch. You have the upper arch and the lower arch. When someone is missing or they're going to lose all of their upper or lower teeth, we have to discuss replacement options for the full arch. So that's what we're talking about in this presentation. In dentistry, we rely on dental implants in order to secure teeth in the upper or the lower arch when a patient is missing all of their teeth. So in this diagram here, you have depicted titanium implants and they're secured in the jaw, as you can see here. And then once they're solid, you attach teeth to them. And the teeth are supported by these implants, which are secured in the jaw. We have a couple of different types of dental implants. We have titanium alloy dental implants, and we have ceramic zirconia dental implants. So obviously titanium alloy, this is a metal, and the ceramic zirconia, this is a metal-free option. And it's nice to have both options. The thing we see sometimes is some patients have a sensitivity to metals. So someone who can't wear cheap costume jewelry, they might have an inflammation or a reaction to titanium dental implants. So in these cases, ceramic implants are a nice alternative and can be a really good option. So we've got 4 options for full arch tooth replacement here. 2 of the options are fixed teeth. So fixed teeth means that you can't remove them, only the dentist can remove them. And then there's removable teeth, and that means that you can remove them. So there's snap-in dentures and there's conventional dentures. Both of them, they can be taken in and out by the patient. With the fixed options, we have ceramic implant options and titanium implant options. So first we'll start with the fixed teeth ceramic implant option. This is what this looks like. You have minimum 8 implants. So these are the implants. They're secured in the bone and then they come through the gums and then we can attach teeth to them. There's these arches we were talking about, the shape of the arches. This is what it looks like front on, and then teeth, a set of teeth would be cemented over top. Sometimes it depends on how much bone and gum is remaining, but sometimes a little bit of pink porcelain is added so it looks like natural gums if the patient's missing a lot of bone and gum tissue. Sometimes it can be done like the bottom here, where there's no pink added and it just looks like a set of natural teeth. This is what it looks like in an x-ray. Here are the implants and they come through the jaw, through the gum, and then you attach teeth to them like this. This would be a temporary set of teeth. A lot of the times we're able to deliver temporary teeth at the time of the surgery. So you may have heard of the term teeth in a day. That's what that is. You get the implant surgery done and then you have a set of temporary teeth attached on right away, so you never go without teeth. And then after about 6 months of healing, then it's time, the implants are healed and we can make the final set of teeth. You can have a different number of implants. So the more the better, and it all depends on what the patient can afford. Like I said, you want to have minimum 8, but you can have 10 or 12. The advantage of replacing more teeth is you activate more of the meridians. So we have in our nervous system, all the nerves, they're all connected and they're connected to our teeth. So when you bite like this, you send a stimulus to that whole section of your nervous system, and it's an important thing. So that's something nice about having more implants, is that you get more activation of the meridians. This is something you can research a little bit. I learned these techniques in Switzerland with Dr. Ulrich Volz. He is one of my mentors, and he actually did an implant surgery on me while I was there. So one of the nice things about this ceramic full arch replacement option is that it takes into account the different bones in the skull. And we have these sutures in our skull that I'm outlining with my mouse right now. These sutures actually allow for some movement of the bones. And so when we replace teeth like this, you don't replace all the segments as one, you replace them in segments. And so then it allows for the natural physiological movement of the bones. So you can do it in 3 sections on the top. So you'd have 3 teeth connected, 6 teeth connected, 3 teeth connected, and then in the bottom, you would do 6 and 6. So it's split in the middle because the bottom jaw has the suture in the middle. So this is a nice thing about the ceramic implant option. So for example, this patient here, these teeth aren't all connected. They're connected from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here. So 3, 6, 3. And then in this case, it's 6. And then there's a split in the middle and 6. The next category is fixed teeth with titanium implants. So it's almost the same idea as the ceramic implant fixed teeth option, but there are some subtle differences. This is a photo that I took off of Instagram from Dr. Ramon Gomez Meda. This is an example of a very, very fancy high-end treatment where the anatomy is recreated of the gums, and then the teeth, in this case, they're all connected, and that's how it's done with titanium implants. You connect all of the teeth, and you don't have that same ability for the movement of the bones. But this treatment here, this isn't something that we do in our office. It's hard to find someone who does this kind of work. It's very extensive and difficult to perform. We do this with ceramic implants. I'm more focused on that approach, but I just like to present this because it is available. It's called FP1, and you might, if this is something you're interested in doing, you'd have to find a dentist who practices and does this type of treatment. You may want to reach out to Dr. Ramon Gomez Meda. There's his Instagram there. So this is what this titanium implant option looks like from the overhead view, occlusal view. You've got the attachments here, and then this horseshoe-shaped full arch of teeth. They sit in place, and then there's little holes. The screws go in the holes, and then we fill up the holes with filling material, and they're secured in place. Now, all of these options, whether it's a ceramic or the titanium, any of the fixed options, you're going to have some little bit of gap between the gums and the teeth. We try to make it fit as tightly as possible so there isn't a gap, but oftentimes there might be some food that gets up in there, and you want to use something called a water pick. And you go up there, it shoots a little jet stream of water, and it cleans in there. Something else that should be done from time to time with these, especially the titanium version, is you actually come in and we remove the teeth, you get everything cleaned, and then we put it back in. So there is a maintenance schedule with these fixed titanium teeth where you come in and you get things taken off and cleaned up. Sometimes we put new screws in, and then you have your teeth again. This is what that set of teeth looks like. So it's all connected. So this is what I was saying about the teeth being separated and allowing for the movement of the bones with the ceramic option. This is all one piece, so the bones can't move. They're all splinted together. For most people, it's not a big deal, but it's just the other way takes into account the natural physiology. And in this setting here, everything is splinted together. Now we're moving into the removable options. So removable tooth replacement options are what we know as dentures. So you probably know someone in your life that's had dentures, like a grandparent or something, and they're just false teeth that they just support on the gums, and they're not secured by any implants or anything like that. They just are supported by the gums. Now, these can work really well for some people, and some people find that they move too much and they don't like how they move, and they find it hard to eat. So that's where the overdentures or snap-in dentures come into play. So you have a denture like this, and then this is the inside of the denture that sits against the gums. And then you have little attachments on the inside of the denture that will snap into place onto the implant fixtures, which are secured in the jawbone. This is what that looks like. So you have these attachments that are attached to the implants that come through the gums, and then the attachments on the inside of the denture snap in place, and then the denture doesn't move. So this is an upper denture. A lot of patients with conventional dentures don't have a problem with the upper denture. This is because you have the hard palate, which gives some suction on the denture. The lower teeth don't have anywhere for there to be suction, and so the lower denture tends to move more. So a good option for someone who doesn't have a lot of money to spend on this is to have a conventional upper denture and a lower overdenture, and that allows for a better experience eating and chewing. Some people obviously want to secure everything more, and then you can do the upper overdenture also. Now, I should just discuss a little bit. Some patients like the option of removable teeth because they're easier to keep clean. They just come out, and then you can use a toothbrush to clean around these, as opposed to the fixed option where we talked about the water pick. It takes a little bit more dexterity to be able to clean properly. And it is important to keep these clean, just like it's important to keep teeth clean to prevent problems from happening. This is the difference between an overdenture and a conventional denture. You just have these attachments which snap into place on the denture, and that's a snap-in denture versus a conventional denture. Usually 4 implants is good and really sturdy, kind of like a table. Sometimes on the bottom you can use 3. On the top you definitely want to have 4. And the nice thing about dentures is they look great. So people who have dentures actually have beautiful teeth. And this patient here, he's got these snap-in dentures and he's got a really nice smile. So it's the same kind of idea as the other option. You have these implants which are secured in the jaw, and then those attachments that I showed you come through, and that's about it. So here's the flow chart again, just as an overview of all the options that we talked about. Thank you for listening. Please contact us if you want to discuss your specific situation and how we can help you get a nice set of teeth for chewing and smiling and enjoying life. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.